Why is chocolate so good? It's World Chocolate Day. We humans love chocolate. Okay, well, most of us love chocolate. It's a food that's unique with respect to its sensory profile, psychoactive components, and supply chain challenges. It's also affected by unique food safety and food fraud characteristics. Let's dive in. Consumers love chocolate for its richness, smoothness, and sweetness. But it's not just the flavour and texture that draws us in. The first chocolate lovers in Southern and Central America consumed it in a form that was neither smooth nor sweet, but they were also crazy about it. When it was catalogued by Western science, it was given a name that reflected its status and mythology, Theobroma cacao, meaning food of the gods. So Theo is gods, broma is food, and cacao is the indigenous Central American name for the cocoa seed. The ancients prized it for its flavour, colour, and its psychoactive components, theobromine, caffeine, and phenylethylamine, deeming it an intoxicating beverage unsuitable for women and children. Theobromine is a natural stimulant found in and named after chocolate. It acts on the central nervous system, providing a mild energy boost and can enhance cognitive function. Caffeine's also present naturally in chocolate. It's also a stimulant, enhancing alertness, concentration, and reaction times. Phenylethylamine is known as the love chemical. It stimulates the release of endorphins and dopamine in the brain, enhancing mood and creating feelings of happiness and excitement. So chocolate tastes great, enhances our mood, and gives us energy and alertness. But that's not the only reason we love it. Chocolate also has a very unusual texture. If you've ever munched on cheap compound shock made without cocoa butter, you probably noticed it took a bit too long to chew and clear from the mouth. That unattractive goopy fat mouthfeel arises because alternative fats don't melt as fast as cocoa butter. Cocoa butter has a unique melting profile, which allows it to melt almost instantly at mouth temperature while still remaining brittle and snappable at room temperature. Can you think of another food that can do that? The special melting characteristics of chocolate are due in part to cocoa butter's polymorphism. The fat molecules can arrange themselves into crystals of different shapes, with each a distinct melting point and melting curve. Tempering, a process that involves controlled heating and cooling of chocolate, causes the cocoa butter to crystallize into the desirable Form 5 crystal, which results in high sheen and a satisfying snap, as well as the ideal melt in the mouth texture. Other crystal forms of cocoa butter are less desirable. For example, forms 1 and 2 melt at lower temperatures, 17 and 23 degrees Celsius respectively, and result in chocolate that's soft and crumbly with noticeable blooming. Where does chocolate come from? The 3 top cocoa bean producing countries are Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Indonesia, which account for 43%, 12% and 11% of global production respectively. Most cocoa bean producers are farmers with small plots of land rather than large plantations. The trees take 4 to 5 years to mature, can produce good yields for around 70 years and live to around 200 years. Cocoa trees produce thousands of flowers every year, but very few flowers produce pods. The flowers are pollinated by biting midges called Forcimyponia. Forcipomia. It takes around 1,200 seeds from 40 pods to make 1 kilogram of cocoa paste. There are 3 main cultivar groups for chocolate production: Forastero, Criollo, and Trinitario, with the rare and expensive Criollo said to be less bitter and more aromatic. The cocoa tree originated in the Amazon basin and was either domesticated there 5,300 years ago or was domesticated in Central America 3,600 years ago, having been transported from the Amazon basin by traders. One set of researchers who used genomic analysis of 200 cocoa plants assert that the people who domesticated the trees, which were of the Criollo cultivar group, selected for genes related to the production of anthocyanins, theobromine content, and disease resistance. However, in the process, the yield suffered, with the domesticated trees producing fewer fruit per season than their wild ancestors. Forastero group cultivars, including Aminolado and Ariba varieties, are more disease resistant and easier to grow than other cultivar groups and account for 80% of commercial chocolate production.